Baro has reappeared. There's actually a lot of people here. On PC, he's located on the Kronia Relay, which is Saturn. On Xbox One, he's located on the LeoNov Relay, which is Europa. And on PlayStation 4, he is on the Sugatra Relay, which is Earth. So let's go see what he actually has for PC first. The Prime Bane mods, the Corpus, Grineer, and of course Infested. These will one day be useful. Whether they're worth picking up now or not depends whether you use them. It does of course increase damage against certain factions, but swapping it out all the time can be a bit of a pain. As for the primed morphic transformer, that is actually really useful if you do a lot of Archwing missions, because it means the power strength of the abilities of the Archwing are much stronger. Kind of worth maxing that out, if of course you happen to have the ducats, the credits, and even the endo free to do so, because that can be quite expensive. The 3D affinity booster, a lot of people seem to be liking the credit boosters, but they seem to be going up. That's 500 ducats for the kubrow armor, the kubrow armor. It's nice. I do prefer the Kavat version than the kubrow version, which is why I've never picked up the kubrow one. This could actually, I don't know if this has been here before because I haven't picked this one up. The Kavat one, I do regret not picking that one up. I do think when that returned I did pick it up, I cannot remember. The kubrow one, I like it, but just not 500 ducats worth. The arrow skin, also a nice looking skin, but that's all it pretty much is, and the same goes with the syandana. If you had to choose between the three, the syandana is probably the nicest of the three, also happens to be the cheapest. Then of course there is the prova vandal. Sadly, nothing more than mastery fodder, because it's just, it was out back in a time when there wasn't that many high level weapons, but as the game has progressed, weapons have got stronger, and it is kind of fun to use, but sadly it's just kind of, it hasn't aged well. Nexus fur pattern for kubrows as well. That looks pretty weird. Never really used this one either. I did pick it up, I think it was the second time it came, because it does have these weird curls, swirls, not curls, on the legs, and that was pretty much the only reason I picked it up. I was still looking for the Lotus kubrow at the time. I have many Lotus kubrows now, I just don't use them. And then there is primed cryo rounds, also a fairly useful rifle mod. Corrupted bombard specter on the other hand, there's kind of a colour code that was added to blueprints, and ones that have got like an orangey tinge are ones that you need to get one of, and it's reusable. This is a white skin, so not really sure if this is something that you will get to keep and build many of or not. That is kind of weird. There's only one real way to find out though. While I do this, let's go see what's actually over on console. So over on console, kind of like PC, the Sands of Inaros blueprint is a fixed thing. It will be there every time. There is the Prisma Daedalus knee plates, the left and the right one, bought separately. The Prisma Sentinel wings and the Prisma Kyo Sentinel tail. All four of the 120% slash mods, so fanged, fussilade, buzzkill, sweepeing, serration, and Maim. Of course, that's rifles. Rifle, melee, shotgun, and pistol. Then there are the beacons, also insanely useful. The Gustag 3 Stalker and Zanuka beacons, again, so each sold separately. Kind of wish there was a pack that included all three. That would be very useful. Even if it did cost the same as buying them separately, it would still be really useful. But these can also be useful for getting hold of the weapons that Gustag 3, Zanuka, and Stalker have. Then there is the sugatra, that's the dangly for a melee weapon. Not really that impressive, but there are people who collect the armor stuff, so it is there. Then of course there is the primed regen. This is the sentinel mod that regenerates it 3 times instead of just twice. Or was it once, the normal one does. It regenerates it more. This is useful for sentinel survivability, but it's also insanely expensive. See, reusable blueprints have like an orange thing in the background, plus it says reusable blueprint. This thing is actually popping up as one blueprint and it's not reusable back there. I am hearing from a lot of different people that it is reusable, but I'm not going to say it is because I can't confirm that because, well, I'm not... Depends. How much is it to actually rush it? Just to kind of... You know what? Let's do that, see what happens. Huh. It's gone. So it is a one-time use blueprint. That seems to be about it for Baro's visit this time. Next time on console, he will have the Axi A2 relics though. That's on console. PC is still waiting for those to actually return for the AKLEX Prime blueprint and link. So that's kind of good for console, but PC players, I just saw a lot of people really looking forward to those coming back. But on console, there was also a lot of people looking forward to that turning up. There was also a lot of hate because it didn't, weirdly. Because obviously primed regen came the time before the Axi A2 relics did. But if you do miss any of these, don't worry, the stuff that he has does seem to rotate through. So if you don't manage to get in the next 48 hours, he will eventually bring these things back. Hopefully. Maybe one day. But I think we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch yous next time.